Hello, I'm Paul Mackey with one Idjit's thoughts on the 19th day of the Dog Days of Podcasting. Today, we hit the Dane County Farmers Market here in Madison and shopped State Street vintage and thrift stores, getting Iris some more clothes for back to school. Tomorrow, with any luck, I'll be able to record the last trivia before bed, either back at Measure for Measure Tailoring Shop, or at least in my own home. Now let's give the answers to yesterday's questions. First category was bogged down. Question 1 was, cranberries are well known as a source of ascorbic acid, also known as what vitamin? And the answer is vitamin C. Number 2, the 90s are lumbering back at you, dial-up internet, X-Files. The Cranberries were an Irish band whose first hit was Linger. What was the name of their next hit, which topped out at number 18 on the Billboard Top 40? Answer was Zombie. Number 3, what juice blend released in 1963 is trumpeted on the Ocean Spray website as the industry's first juice blend? And that is Cran Apple. Number 4, you may have a preference between whole berry cranberry sauce versus the jellied variety sold in a can, but according to a poll in Food Network magazine in November 2011, one option has a slight edge. And which is it? Whole berry or jellied? The answer is jellied by a 54 to 46% vote. Nobody abstaining, apparently. Number 5, now I'm going to badger you into telling me which state produces the largest annual cranberry harvest. And the answer is the Badger State, Wisconsin. The rest of the top 5 in order, according to the USDA, is Massachusetts, New Jersey, Oregon, and Washington. And finally, number 6, the Sea Breeze is a cocktail, favorite of flamboyant, bright green demon Lorne on this TV series Angel. The drink is traditionally made with vodka, cranberry juice, and what other fruit juice? The answer, grapefruit juice. And the other category, yep, I totally believe I ate the whole thing and another whole thing too. Number 1, in the 100-Acre Wood, as imagined by A.A. Milne and later animated by Disney, when Winnie the Pooh gorged on far too much honey, whose doorway did he become stuck in? The answer for that was Rabbit. Number 2, in the movie Seven, starring Brad Pitt, the murderer was depicting the 7 deadly sins, representing gluttony. A man was memorably force-fed what food? And that is canned spaghetti. Lovely. Number 3, Roald Dahl depicted a boy in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory who was so gluttonous he drank from a chocolate river until he fell in and was sucked through an intake pipe. What was this charming little lad's name? And the name is Augustus Gloop. Number 4, the multiple choice one. Professional organization for eating competitions is Major League Eating. According to Major League Eating's website's records page, Patrick Bertoletti holds the record for eating whole turkey short form from November 22nd, 2007 on Spike TV. In minutes, Mr. Bertoletti's record for eating 6.91 pounds of roast turkey was 8 minutes. Number 5, after eating far too much, you may need to eat an antacid tablet or 2. In the ad campaign, which antacid asked you, how do you spell relief? The answer is Rolaids, Rolaids. And question 6. Director Quentin Tarantino has said in interviews there is only one grotesque scene in a film when he was growing up that he found personally disturbing. In Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, there's a sequence featuring the grotesquely obese Mr. Creosote. After eating a large meal, he is offered one last piece of food at the end of the meal with explosive consequences. What was this final morsel? Answer is a wafer thin mint. Wafer thin. Not wafer thin enough. All right. Oh, wait. So, into today. There's another pair of categories that are linked in theme, though they were written separately and not as part of a single episode. So, scoring, like usual. Give yourself Guardians of the Galaxy for each answer you know outright. Score Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania if you come up with it after mulling it over for a day or two into tomorrow. All day and into tomorrow, not a day or two. And if you Google an answer, you get Roger Corman's Quickie Fantastic Four made mostly retain rights to the property. If you don't understand these scoring methods by now, go back to the first day where I tell you that it doesn't matter. This category is called Terry Garr and Martin Mull Totally Did It in the 80s. There is an animated honeybee, number one. There is an animated honeybee in front of you, insisting he's going to tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. What product is a honey of a no? Number two. In the 1980s, Wendy's hamburger restaurants had a series of ads featuring Clara Peller asking what now timeless catchphrase question. Number three. No, it's not your desperate buddy at the club at closing time. Which product is the quicker picker-upper? Number four. Most recently, Peter Billingsley directed the film Term Life, but in the 80s, along with trying not to shoot his eye out, he played the commercial character Messy Marvin, who successfully made chocolate milk without making a mess thanks to which product? Number five. Sure, there is a company called Pizza Pizza in Canada, but what U.S. company started to use their phrase as their slogan? Use that phrase as their slogan, though the companies are entirely unaffiliated. And number six, let's take a geographic test. This question has two answers, depending on where you live. For mayonnaise, you bring out the what and bring out the best. And a seventh bonus point, what the heck does that category title mean? Terry Garr and Martin Mull totally did it in the 80s. And now a second category called Fever Pitch. Number one, Billy Mays was the star of his own reality TV series Pitchmen prior to his death in 2009. What product was he best known for selling? Number two, Ernest P. Worrell was in a series of movies in the 80s, but before these thin plots, he was a pitch character. He first became known for regional spots, especially regional dairies, and eventually pitched for Taco John's and Coca-Cola nationally. What is the name of the actor known for playing Ernest? Number three, Hallie Eisenberg is Jesse Eisenberg's younger sister, but in the late 90s, she was in a series of ads in which she played a little girl who spoke with the voices of Aretha Franklin, Isaac Hayes, and Joe Pesci, among others. What product was this curly-haired schoolgirl, pitch girl, pitching? Number four, O.J. Simpson was a famous football running back with the Buffalo Bills, but for a kid watching TV, he was also famous as the guy running through the airports in a series of commercials for what car rental agency? Number five, in a commercial popularly known under the title Hey Kid Catch, the Pittsburgh Steelers' Mean Joe Green trades a bottle of beverage for his jersey with a kid after a game. What drink is apparently good enough to trade for game-worn apparel? And number six, Victor Khayyam made his fortune in a successful and well-known electric shaver company. As he famously said as the commercial spokesperson, he liked the shaver so much he bought the company. What shaver was he selling? So, that's it from Madison. Next time I speak to you, I will be back in Minnesota. Happy hunting!